If you want to create a clean, professional logo in GIMP, you're in the right place. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use GIMP for logo design step by step, from setting up your canvas to exporting the final logo for web or print. And if this video helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy design tutorials just like this. Let's start by setting up the canvas properly. For logo design, you want a high-resolution workspace so your logo stays sharp and flexible. Open GIMP and create a new image with a canvas size of 2000 by 2000 pixels. This square format is great for logos because it gives you plenty of space to build a balanced design. Next, make sure your image is set to print quality resolution. In the image settings, set both the X and Y resolution to 300 pixels per inch. This helps keep your design crisp if you ever need to use it for print, branding materials, or high-quality digital use. Now let's set up guides so we can work with perfect symmetry. Go to the Image menu, then Guides, then click New Guide by Percent. Add one horizontal guide at 50% and one vertical guide at 50%. These guides will meet in the center of your canvas and give you a perfect crosshair to help position your logo elements evenly. To make alignment even easier, turn on the grid by going to View and selecting Show Grid. The grid is really useful when you want to line up shapes, icons, and text with precision. If your logo needs to feel polished and professional, symmetry and spacing matter a lot. You can also use the Mirror option from the top toolbar if you want to duplicate or reflect shapes across the center line. This is especially helpful when building logos with wings, badges, abstract icons, or any design that needs mirrored balance. Using the Mirror approach can save time and help you keep everything perfectly aligned. Now it's time to create the actual logo shape. For crisp, smooth curves, use the Paths tool by pressing B. The Paths tool is one of the best tools in GIMP for logo design because it lets you create clean vector-style shapes instead of rough freehand edges. Click to place quints, then adjust the handles to shape your curves exactly how you want them. If your logo design is more geometric, you can also use the Rectangle Select tool by pressing R or the Ellipse Select tool by pressing E. These are great for building simple icons, badges, circles, and structured logo elements. Once your shape is selected, you can fill it with a solid color by going to Edit and choosing Fill with FG Color. Before filling, make sure your foreground color is set to the exact brand color you want to use. Solid, bold colors often work best for logos because they stay readable and recognizable at different sizes. Keep your design simple, clean, and memorable. A great logo usually looks just as strong on a business card as it does on a website or social media profile. If your logo includes text, now is the time to add it. Press T to select the text tool, then click on the canvas and type your brand name. Choose a font that matches the style of your logo. For example, a clean sans serif font works well for modern brands, while a bold or stylized font might fit a more creative or premium look. You can adjust the size, spacing, and position of your text until it feels balanced with the graphic element. If needed, use the center guides in grid to make sure the text lines up neatly with the rest of the design. Good alignment makes a huge difference in how professional your final logo looks. As you build your logo, remember to keep it simple and scalable. The best logos are easy to recognize, easy to reproduce, and easy to use across different platforms. Don't overload the design with too many colors, effects, or tiny details. A strong logo should remain clear even when it's very small. Once you're happy with the design, it's important to save your master file first. Go to File and save it as an XCF file. This keeps all your layers, text, guides, and editable elements intact, so you can come back later and make changes without starting over. After that, export your final logo for use online or in print. Press Ctrl+Shift+E to export, then choose PNG as the file format. PNG is a great choice because it supports transparent backgrounds, which makes your logo much easier to place on websites, thumbnails, social media banners, and other designs. And that's it. You now know how to use GIMP for logo design from start to finish. You've set up the perfect canvas, built clean shapes, adding text, and exported a professional logo file the right way. If this tutorial helped, please give it a like and subscribe for more GIMP and graphic design tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.